So at that time, I was wandering into these GIS sessions, and I remember the first day we started with the ESRI Survey 123 tool, which is a data collection tool. And in the session, we went outside and we actually did a data collection where we were marking trees on campus and talking about, if they were deciduous or if they were conifers, and what types of trees they were and those sorts of things. And then bringing that data into maps and creating smart maps where you could actually click on trees. And I was thinking, wow, this is such a cool like citizen science project. What inspired me to work on this project kind of emerged out of this my frustrations of my FYC classroom at the university I was teaching at, and the sorts of the conversations that we weren't actually having in the classroom that I really wanted to have. So it was kind of this tension between an inquiry approach to teaching, that I feel like I've always had, and having to take more of an activist role in the classroom working. So I started wondering how I might use technology to I guess serve this role for inquiry, getting in touch with spaces and asking questions in those sorts of spaces, and how could we use this tool to do something else. Um, the thing that I got really into, and it was during the same time, was Evie Walters, this idea of attending to spaces. There's this idea of chaos in the Greek worldview, right? It's this thing that, it's not something just terrible, it's actually something productive. And I think that speaks to kind of how a designer sees problems. They see them as like these opportunities, right? Um, and that chaos isn't something that we are trying to push out of the way. It's something that we work with. And there's this symbology in Greek culture behind the labyrinth and the loom. The labyrinth is the design, and the loom is this tool that we use to work with chaos in a productive way to make something cool, right? So even though our spaces may be troubled, even though our places may be territorialized, whatever, we can attend to those spaces. We can work on them, right? We can. Man, I thought this was so funny. So what am I currently working on? I'm currently working on my house. So we just moved to Pittsburgh and we bought a 110-year-old house. So, I've been thinking a lot about Heidegger and dwellings. I've been thinking about design and really what's gonna make my house, I don't know, ring, hum, whatever, this Danish concept of hygge. I love tools. I love following these craftsmen, right, who built this house and thinking through what they did, 110 years ago, to saw this piece, to build these sills. I'm also just finished the Clemson Ghost Tour, which was this multimodal project, this strange digital artifact that I made using 360-degree camera technology. You can check out my website and see some of this ghost tour. It's kind of following in the methodology of Jeff Rice and writing networks towards this, like, I guess, Guattarian understanding or awareness of these assemblages that bind us, that connect us, and towards some sort of singularity, if that's even possible. That this idea that we might be able to inform our practices based on that knowledge that we attain through the writing of these ecologies. I actually think we're really needed in these ethical discussions surrounding technology in terms of algorithms and AI and ethics, right? And how we might use technology, right, as a equitable deliberative space. Um, yeah, so if you know me, I don't binge or watch anything. I did Stranger Things, but I don't watch sports. I'm a super busy person, and if anything, I'm on YouTube trying to figure out how to make more stuff.